so much. So first of all, thank you for being here. I'm Caterina Baldini from Puglia Rosé, and this is our virtual wine tasting about rosé wines from Puglia, but not just rosé wines, because here today we're gonna taste and I'm going to talk about red wines from Revento Winery, which is a really great company seated in Murgia area. So in the center, I'm sorry for noises, in center of Puglia. I would like to start with a little presentation about our company in general and on overall about Puglia. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. So let me take the presentation. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now so you can see it. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to present. This is our little presentation, Puglia Rosé, Rosé all year. And this is actually our brand. This painting was made by a local artist, Valentina D'Andrea, and it includes all our brand and our communication. So first of all, I'm going to talk about Puglia Rosé and our story. Puglia Rosé is an association of producers established in 2015 by Lucia Nettis, who is the CEO of the company. And Puglia Rosé is a Southern Italian family business founded and managed by women. We are Lucia, Caterina, Roberta, their daughters. So me is Caterina and Roberta is the head of marketing. Puglia Rosé collaborates closely with carefully selected local wine producers, including female winemakers, to prioritize sustainable practices. Indeed, our main goal is to promote sustainable practices in terms of wine producing, winemaking process, but also sustainable food producers company. Because in general, we want to enhance the importance of Puglia region of Italy in terms of sustainability. So our mission is to promote rosé wines through producers partnerships and by creating a wider footprint built upon their worldwide reputation of high quality and uniqueness products in the US and in the European market. So about the sustainability is a fundamental core value at Puglia Rosé, and we proudly highlight that Puglia wines and Puglia Rosé wines play a key role in the new Mediterranean sustainable diet. And this diet centers around the use of healthy products and superfood items also. And furthermore, wines contributes to the rich cultural heritage of our region. So this is a really important matter for us. And indeed, we are organizing a new event in New York in November during the Italian World Cuisine Week with Italian government and the Italian General Consulate in New York. So yes, 3 days of events, a press conference, a cooking lab, and another laboratory in New York. So if you will be there in New York in these days, I would like to invite you if you can, of course. If you want, I can send you more information.
I'm gonna for a little bit in November. So yeah, if it works out well when I'm there, then yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, thank you. And this project is based on promotion of Puglia region in terms and products from Puglia in terms of sustainability, in terms of and to enhance the new sustainable diet from Puglia. So this is a map of Puglia. We are the heel of the boot, and we list also a few autochthonous grape varieties from our region. Please keep in mind that Puglia grows at least 20 different grape varieties, autochthonous grape varieties. So we are really rich in grape varieties and vineyards producers production. But the most important grape varieties are Negramaro. So in terms of red grape varieties, Negramaro, Uva di Troia, Bombino Nero, Susumaniello, Primitivo, of course. In terms of white, we have Verdeca, we have Fiano, Falanghina, we have Chardonnay also, which is an international grape variety, but is really important in Puglia also. And so Puglia has a great production of grapes because of the climate and because of the soil of the region. This is a really wide territory that extends itself for at least 315 300 for a lot of is a really wide territory. So it has really different climates and really different areas. We can list 5 different areas in Puglia, and now we're gonna see them together. So about Puglia, we can say that is located in the southernmost part of Italy and is also referred to as the land between two seas because it's surrounded by both the Ionian and Adriatic Sea. And its geographical position makes the region the perfect place for growing both olive trees and also grapevines, of course. About climate, we can say that Puglia has a very low average rainfall, and the climate is Mediterranean, which makes for warm, windy summer and dry winters. I don't know what's the weather in New York right now, but here we are in October and still very warm. And
Yes,
actually, yeah. Actually, it's not so. I think that it's not so good for us in this case because we had a really hot and warm and dry September, and also August was really hot.
Right.
So our winemakers, of course, are struggling a lot with the harvest this year. And so that's another point for us, important point that we'd like to put out because it's strictly connected to the sustainability and to the fight at the climate change. This is really important for us. And that's why we work with sustainable wineries and sustainable company in general. But let's talk about wines. So in general, the climates and the soils of Puglia are perfect features for producing full body and complex rosé and red wines. Indeed, Puglia is the largest wine producing region in Italy, both in terms of quality and quantity. The Puglian territory is mostly flat for 53% and hilly for 45%. And extends itself for over 350 kilometers between Adriatic and Ionian Sea. In general, the soil is rich in iron oxide, and especially in the south of Puglia, in Salento, we have the reddish soil called terra rossa. But we can find different characteristics such as alluvional, calcareous, sandy, and clay and limestone soil if we look at the 4 different areas of Puglia. Indeed, we listed the 4 different growing regions of Puglia that are Capitanata in the northernmost part of Puglia, Gargano area, Murgia, in the center, Valle d'Itria and Salento is the really top, is the really bottom of the hill. About the wine culture, we can say that Puglia wine demand continues to grow thanks to its warm climate and rich cuisine. And historically, ancient Greeks taught a Puglia farmer the tier system for making rosé wine, involving gentle pressing of packed black grapes and extracting free ramas after brief skin contact. And that means that Puglia was really the first region ever in producing a rosé wine. And it was also the first region to have a bottled a rosé wine. Indeed, the first rosé wine ever was bottled in 1943 by Leone de Castri's winery in Salento using a Negramaro grape variety. And today, Puglia produces deep pink-colored rosé, celebrated for their color, of course, silky tannins, freshness, and minerality. Indeed, one of our most popular and one of our best rosé wine is produced by Nero di Troia grape variety, which is a typical grape variety from the northernmost part of Puglia, Capitanata, that is really famous and it's really it can be recognized easily for its tannins that are rough and powerful. And but other grape varieties famous for rosé wine making are of course Negramaro, which was the first rosé wine ever bottled, Bombino Nero. Indeed, we had that denomination, DOC denomination, with Bombino Nero for rosé, Castel del Monte Bombino Nero rosé. And of course, we have Malvasia Nera and Primitivo, with Primitivo di Manduria, DOC, and Primitivo di Gioia del Colle, DOC. So we have two different denomination of Primitivo. And I know that Primitivo is quite famous also in the United States for its proximity to the Zinfandel. They are both really similar, and actually they came from the same family after a long journey, of course. And so about, again, our business model and about our company, we are a women-led company, and we have a lot of partnerships with association involved in the best practices, such as FAI, Fondamentale Italiano, that supports Italians' artistic and cultural heritage. And we really want to build a network of Puglia wine business women. About our winery Torrevento, for to be more specific, is the winery of Genos and the other red wine that you're gonna taste today. And Torrevento is a sustainable winery. Indeed, Torrevento won the Sustainable Prize in 2019 and 2020 and 21, so 3 years in a row. And is famous for its vineyards management and the reuse of the waste materials in the vineyard. And the same thing we can say about Le Grotte Winery, the other winery that we are gonna taste and see today. Because it's involved in the territory enhancement, the attention to the environment and production, use of wind energy, and reuse of waste material. So this was our little presentation, and we can go ahead with our tasting, our presentation of the wine. So let me. Thank you. If you have any question, curiosity, feel free to ask me wherever you want to know. So let me interrupt this. Okay. Okay, now we can start with our tasting and our presentation of wineries. But first, did you get our promotional material also?
Yes, thank you. Would you mind? I just want to go grab it really quick. It's in the living room, and I just
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you so much. Quella del carcere. Yes. Mhm.
I thought I'd be doing the tasting from my living room, but then my husband's still home, so I moved into my
Okay,
office.
don't worry.
All right, perfect.
All right. So, first of all, do you have the promotional material with you also?
The two little cards, yes?
Okay. Can you show on the camera? Can you show them on camera?
Yes, give me one moment.
Yeah,
Let me see.
sure. Thank you so much.
I know I received them. I just have to figure out what they are. Yes. Yep, here they are.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
And in
so
the first one, there's a map of Puglia too, so you can I can point you the winery where they are seated, where they are located. So let's begin with um, Anticaia Rosé.
sorry.
Don't worry. Salice Salentino. Salice Salentino Rosé. So I have my bottle here somewhere. Okay. Yes, it is. So this is Anticaia Rosé from Salice Salentino. Salice Salentino is a DOC denomination seated in Salento because San Donaci Winery is one of the biggest winery that we have in Salento and is a group of producers. So it's a cooperative that joined together, that reunited together in 1943 and created the San Donaci Winery. So we have more than 100 wine grape growers and grape producers. San Donaci extends their fields and their vines in a really wide territory. In this case, we have a Negramaro bottle of Savalice Salentino. And the location of these vineyards in this case is between Lecce and Brindisi cities, areas. San Donaci is the name also of a little town seated in Salento, nearby Lecce. So in this case, we have Salice Salentino DOC, 100% Negramaro. And Salice Salentino is really well known, and the production of Salice Salentino is strictly regulated by a law, like as per every DOC denomination that we have in Italy. In this case, the DOC denomination says that a Salice Salentino DOC has to be produced with or 100% Negramaro grape variety or 90% of Negramaro grape variety and 10% of other grape varieties such as Primitivo. But the most important grape variety has to be Negramaro, of course. So if we pour our wine really quick, we can see, first of all, the color.
Yeah, the color is beautiful.
The color is beautiful, it's really dark and it's really intense. And this is typical for our rosé from Puglia, because as I mentioned before earlier, one of the features of our wines, our rosé, is seated in the color. This is influenced by both the winemaking process, but also from the grape features and characteristics. In this case, we have a Negramaro, so of course we will 100%. So if we smell it, we can feel, we can smell all the features of a Negramaro grape. So we will have. I'm going. Are you gonna? Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Go
wait.
ahead. I was
Sorry.
looking at my wine key and
I
trying
was
to help.
I was running. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was trying to
No,
get her
no,
to
no. Don't
I
worry.
was trying to bring me in a glass.
And Negramaro is I can explain. I don't know if you had a Negramaro before, Negramaro red or rosé one. Yeah.
Red. So this will be my first like rosé.
Ah, wow. So you will know. So you know from which winery? Which winery? Do you remember the winery?
I would have to look it up on my blog. It was in a roundup.
Okay.
It was a PR sent a bunch.
Oh,
It was like
okay.
a years ago. I don't drink it that often, but I do. When I do, I love it. And I think
Okay.
that it's definitely those underappreciated grape varietals
Yeah.
that
Mm-mm. Yeah, I know.
it's kind of appreciated. People don't know it too well, but when they have it, they're like, wow.
Yeah,
So very
I agree.
intrigued.
I agree. So in this case, we have a really typical Negramaro,
Beautiful nose, yeah.
beautiful nose with a really intense bouquet of fruit, red fruit, berries, blackberries, cherries, with hints of flowers also. I can smell hints of violet maybe in the back. A really thin hints.
Yeah, it's like pops of bubble gum too.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like
It's
fruity.
really fruity. Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And
Beautiful. Gives off such Mediterranean vibes.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It is also really it's intense on the palate and it still has a really good freshness, I think. Um, Even if it's a grape that grows in the south, so it is really rich in sugar also and in winemaking process, of course, it affects during the fermentation. But I think that this wine is really well balanced and it's really harmonic in the palate. I will drink
Imported to the US.
this one, yes, it soon will be imported in New York.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So, but the other ones that we are gonna taste today are imported in the US in the East Coast. This is a work in progress.
Yeah. This would be great to get into Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because and I think that is perfect with I like to say that our rosés are not just for summertime or for a happy hour chilling on a porch or by the pool, but our rosé wines are wines for every occasion and every season also.
I agree.
Yeah, and indeed, I will pair this with pizza. I think it goes incredibly with it. Of course, simple pizza margherita, it's perfect. But also with something more complex, I can say, like pasta. Pasta with cherry tomatoes and burrata, and some basil leaves. I think that it will be great with it. Um, and do you like it? Do you have some question about wine?
No questions yet. Sorry, I was turning around to get my Coravin.
Okay, don't worry.
Probably need this.
Great, Coravin is
So
great.
that I will drink all the rosé by tomorrow. That's not a problem. But I feel like
Okay,
I'll get it all this weekend, so I'm gonna Coravin the rest.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool. I would love to. What's the SRP on this rosé?
Price point?
Antiquia, is it called Anticia?
What, Anticaia? Well,
Anticaia.
Anticaia, yeah, Anticaia.
Okay, and then the suggested retail price about?
$7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, a good price point. So this was our first wine. Now we can go ahead with our second wine and our second winery also, because we will move to the very top of Puglia. We will move to Gargano, Capitanata, with Le Grotte Winery. Yeah, Selva della Rocca Rosé. So in this case, we are here. I will show you on the map where we are. Okay, we are in Capitanata, so in very north of Puglia, in a city called Apicena. So Le Grotte Winery is built on a huge marble cave. It's the greatest marble cave that we have in Italy. So of course it affects the soil where the grape grows. In this case, we have a Nero di Troia rosé wine, 100% Nero di Troia, and we can see it firstly by the color, which is really intense, really pink, with some salmon glimpse, but in general, it's really, really intense.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
This is beautiful. This is one of the best that we have. It is already available in New York, in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., and also Florida, work in progress. So what we can say about Nero di Troia in general, is that it's really, it can be really tricky when it comes to rosé because of the tannins and the thick skin that we have on the grape. So of course, yeah, in this case, winemaker could struggle in producing a good rosé wine, but when a winery like Le Grotte does it, we can have a really stunning product like Selva della Rocca in this case, like this wine. So you can taste, in general, a really fruity wine. You can taste all the primary flavors of Nero di Troia. So you can taste, of course, red cherry, plum, blackcurrant, also hints of pomegranate, but is really well balanced by its minerality. The minerality that comes out from the glass is actually produced by the soil where the grape grows, because the soil, again, the soil of the territory that surrounded Le Grotte Winery is influenced by the marble present. So it's a mix of clayey soil with marble dust, and that makes it wine wonderful. And all the I think that all the wines produced by this winery are just amazing, stunning. And the winery is interesting because, of course, you can visit the winery and have the regular wine tasting, but you can also visit the marble cave that they have on a jeep. So it's a really, yeah.
That sounds like so much fun. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful. And again, this is a wine that could be easily be paired with something more complex than just on a happy hour, some snack of happy hour. I will pair it with meat, with a tagliata, which is a typical cut in Puglia of our meat, in Italy in general. And we prepare it with some parmesan and tomatoes, raw tomatoes, and salt and oil. And so this is one of our best products that we have. Price point here is a little bit higher, is $9, and it's available again New York, New York City, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Connecticut, Washington D.C., and Florida soon. Do
Okay,
you
so
have any?
the prices, those are wholesale prices, correct?
Yeah,
Those are what the store would buy them for, not
yeah.
what we would buy.
You will buy for $9. Yeah,
Really? That's a very good price.
yeah. I
Is
mean,
that find that the wineries, I mean, they could charge more in a store, like let's just say. So do you think, because I feel like sometimes if the price is a little too good to be true, maybe people don't choose it because of that? Do you find that, or
uh,
how's it been
I
for you
think
guys?
that I think that the price point when it comes to Puglia wines are not so high because the product besides Primitivo are not so known. So the average people that drinks wines or drink alcohol in general are more keen on buy products that are already new. And that's why we need to teach and we need to educate people in knowing grapes that are not so known as Nero di Troia or Negramaro or Susumanial. But
These
I
are
think,
drinks much higher than what they're being price quoted at. I'm like, I gotta get these into Tennessee and just buy cases of it at that price.
wonderful. You can, I can keep you in touch with our importer. I think that if you are interested, they could arrange a shipment from New York easily.
Yeah,
I can see what I can do.
yeah, we have a distributor down here in Tennessee, and I think they can work with any importer as long as they just register them
Ah,
with.
okay.
That's a really great price point, and something like this would go great with the food down here.
Yeah, 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 I think so. Okay, just an information. Our our Zoom link is about to expire, so I will send you another link, okay? So we can go on with the tasting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see you soon.
See ya.
Sì.